When I was a little girl, my elders used to remind me that you can do the right thing in the wrong place. The right thing in the wrong place. And I never thought about the power of that statement until this evening. This evening, I had an opportunity to spend time with some high powered, amazing women. And so many of the women had just given up on therapy and healing and coaches. Why? Because they were doing the right thing, but in the wrong place. And so I wanted to share with you my perspective because when I started out with coaches, I had to be in my early 20s. And here I was joining this women's group to help me navigate the challenges and the changes in corporate America as a young 20-year-old. And I joined this group and I was the only Black woman. And I will share with the group about my experiences as a Black woman in the corporate setting. I will talk about microaggressions and tone policing and feeling invisible and erased and being required to assimilate in ways that really challenged my ethics and my soul. And many of the women in that group could not even understand what I meant. And they didn't support me. They did not resonate with me. And I experienced a lot of spiritual bypassing and gaslighting and shaming on me. And it made me know that even though I was doing the right thing by joining a healing group, a community to get better, to get stronger, to be braver, I was doing the right thing, but I did it in the wrong place and I had to make a change. The second time I did the right thing in the wrong place is when I joined this group for married women who were also business owners and worked in corporate America. And I was so excited about joining this group because it was multiracial and I thought finally people are going to see me. Well, I joined this group and I was explaining to them how it felt when I went through the airport with my husband at that time and how my husband was always, pulled out of the crowd because he was a Muslim and how oftentimes he was criminalized, he was dehumanized, he was patted down, and it was really degrading not only for him, but it was very painful for me to watch my spouse at the time be criminalized and dehumanized in such a way that it really embarrassed him, but it also embarrassed me. And I remember talking to the group about how I felt. And you know what? Those Christian women had no sympathy because he was Muslim. And so it really showed me that they did not have any type of understanding, any type of awareness, any type of openness for people who were not supposedly Christian. And you know what? I had to leave the group because even though I joined this group and they provided support and it provided some tactics and tools for me to be a better businesswoman and also better in my corporate setting, it was still the wrong place because they did not share my values, they did not share my ethos, and they did not respect people of different religions and ethnic groups, which is a very high value of mine. Human dignity, human honor, human liberation, human celebration are important values. So even though I was doing the right thing, technically I was still in the wrong place. And then the last time I really had to assess if I was doing the right thing in the wrong place is when I had an opportunity to join this mastermind. And this happened a few years ago. And I was so excited about joining this mastermind and being with these millionaires who I could glean from and learn from. And the mastermind was led by this young hotshot white guy. And I say that because I want you to kind of get a perspective of the dynamics in that experience. And so this man who facilitated this group was talking about profitability. He was talking about how to increase the profit margins. And he started bragging about how he was more profitable because he hired these contractors in other countries for substandard rates. And he thought it was funny. He was talking about how he hired this person for $2 or something an hour. And I was pissed because I felt not only was it degrading, it was exploitation. And it felt like he did not honor those people. Really, I don't think he did, because you never really honor someone if you pay them a non-livable rate. And all I can think of was that those women, those contractors are somebody's parent, somebody's mother, somebody's father, somebody's sister, and they depend on that money to care for their loved ones, and just to basic live. And I was so frustrated, and I was also frustrated because some people in the group started laughing, and they said, yes, started making comments about how they try to pay people as least as possible so that they can have more money. I was disgusted. And of course I said something because I realized that you don't have to exploit people to be profitable. There's one thing to be about being successful. It's another thing about being so disregarding and greedy that you look at people as commodities. And I was not having it. I was totally against that. And so even though I was, again, doing the right thing, I was in the mastermind, I was getting the support that I desired and needed to level up, I was still doing it in the wrong place. Now, why do I tell you that? I really want you to think about some of the decisions that you are making, because sometimes we stop our healing journeys, we discontinue our therapy, our coaching, we discontinue being in places where we can grow and to glean and to develop and to deploy our skills and creativity in new ways, because we are in the wrong environments, in the wrong ecosystems. We are surrounded by the wrong people. So I want you and encourage you to stay focused and stay committed to your dreams, but realize you might have to change who you surround yourself with. You might have to change your healer, and you might have to go through a few bad apples to find the coach, the healer of your that you need, the one that resonates with you. Believe me, I had to go through many therapists to find the right therapist who understood my lived experience as a Black woman who had a commitment to liberation, equity, a woman who believes in the all-inclusive love of God. And I had to go through many bad therapies, healers, counselors, coaches to find the right space that could honor all of me, and that I didn't have to abandon parts of my identity or assimilate in a way that started to act as acid on my soul. So I want to encourage you to really think about what you're doing, and please give up on the situation, but never give up on yourself. And know, as my elders used to tell me, I want to remind you, sometimes you can do the right thing in the wrong place, but know that you have the power to correct and to change and to pivot to get to the places that can feed you, that can nourish you, and that can affirm you as the amazing human being that you are. I hope that blesses you, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.